versus Japan's #1, Ken versus Glutonny, here at Syndicate 2017.
Moving back onto Town and City again, we see that flat stage, we see these platforms. Now, interestingly, it's interesting that they start here, considering that this was the stage that Ken won on in their previous set.
Yeah,
the Game 5, the rather dominant Game 5. Two-stop coming out from Ken. Wario's footstool animation is so funny when he just gets footstool on the head like, dong.
Yeah, and look at this. Already we see Glutonny taking a little bit of a more patient approach than last time, I would say. And Ken, I mean, Ken is ready. Ken is here with hitboxes, and we can see like the bite mind games have kind of they were on the forefront last set, but now we see a little bit less bite usage and a little bit more normals, so to say.
But Ken is just working around everything so well at the moment. Only 4% to 87.
If you look at how the last set ended, with Ken having a pretty dominant W.
If you're gonna eat something, Wario, you're gonna eat this knuckle sandwich, my guy.
Does not look tasty whatsoever. But yeah, like Ken had a very strong finisher last time they met in winners. So I think that momentum is also a thing that we should consider when looking at this matchup.
Goodness. That was so pristine coming out from Ken.
You hardly see that combo, but that was just exquisite. Very well done, Ken. He's on another one. He's just, once again, he did the same thing versus Mr. R, where he spin dashed you, and rather than going for that immediate up air, he's waiting, reacting to your DI, and the most optimal option, it's there. It's just in your face, and you're done. You're gone.
Ken's precision with Sonic is unparalleled. It's
art.
Absurd.
Okay, and this is Glutonny fighting back, and that spring.
Now, I feel like in this situation, I may be completely wrong, but I feel like in this situation, it may actually be wise for Glutonny to use that waft early to get the kill at this percent. That way, he can kind of slow down the pace and build up another waft later on.
Ooh. I would agree with you. I think with the pace that this set is going, especially since Glutonny himself is taking a slower pace, I actually wouldn't be surprised if he's actually planning to use the fart early. I think a situation that we just saw there, where he was using the bite to beat the spin dash, I think in those situations, a waft would definitely be in order.
Yes.
Remember, guys, at home, if Sonic spin dashes from far away enough, if you can get that bait off, it is very reactable. If you do have a super armor move or a nice little quick lasting aerial or ground move, that is going to do a lot for you in a Sonic matchup.
Tries to catch the spring jump with that down air. The multiple hitboxes on that, not quite enough.
And look at this, the spring from Ken is just keeps coming in clutch for him. It's very hard for Glutonny to catch Ken when Ken constantly springs out of disadvantage. And when Glutonny starts waiting those out, Ken just starts jumping or swinging. And it seems like a very, very tough situation for Glutonny to deal with.
Wow, invincible right through that bike, just tears through it.
And Glutonny with the spacing, forward tilt, beating that back air. Ken, I know you're good at landing those back airs, my boy, but calm down for just a second. Glutonny is here to take the win. Let's see, vote at 18%. That's a lot.
Oh, he gets a footstool! And that is! Oh my God! Impeccable DI coming out from Ken. I really thought that was it, considering he was so much rage behind that waft.
Okay. That was not a kill, but look at the percentages. This is a doable game, if anything. And if Glutonny just can avoid those back airs, if he can rely on his more grounded playstyle rather than get caught by the kill moves, as long as he doesn't get pivot grab, this is going to be a forward throw.
Good DI on that.
DI, yeah. Don't want to get caught sleeping on the DI there. Ooh, the forward air to interrupt.
That was clutch.
Nice. Those rising aerials really working out well for Glutonny.
This is so scary for both players. Oh, excellent roll.
That pivot grab keeps working, but not this time. Glutonny hasn't actually been...
Oh, way too ambitious with that up smash. And
I wouldn't even say way too ambitious. That was a power shield, my man. A few frames off of victory for Glutonny. I think I agree with the call. I think the execution might have been a little bit lacking, but it was a good call. That head is fully invincible, just like the other Mario brothers.
That is true. That is true.
So that was near-death experience for Ken. And what was very interesting about that game was the way Glutonny clawed his way back into the driver's seat, pretty much. I'm sorry we don't speak Japanese, but we do appreciate the Japanese audience tweeting as well. A little bit of an error in the stage selection here. Just give it 1 second to sort that out. And looking at the previous set that these two played, what do you think about the interactions of that game one? Are there any like parallels or contrasts that you see?
Well, similarly to game one of the previous set, we did see Ken take the lead, and then Glutonny was able to actually take that game one. That almost happened again right there, but unfortunately, he was just a little bit off on the percent, so he wasn't able to get that waft kill, and he had to try and climb back in a more typical, honest fashion.
To be fair, though, he had to pull the trigger there.
Yes, definitely.
He couldn't wait for his next opportunity. He had to take the percent. He had to take the opportunity that was given to him. And it almost worked out, but in the end, Ken is just
a little too good.
A little too good. But it was definitely in the realm of possibilities. That win was not far away, a few frames off for Glutonny. And on Battlefield, this is going to help him. I think this is definitely going to help him because that back air is going to kill later. I think Sonic, denying Sonic kill options is a lot stronger than denying Wario kill options in general. Look at that.
Great patience on the ledge by Ken, just waiting out Glutonny right there, because Glutonny hasn't exactly been pressuring with any kind of trump.
No, that definitely hasn't been a thing. On the other hand, however, you do have to watch out with your hang duration, because if you do hang too long, that dash attack can stage spike and end your stock pretty early. Ooh, the spin dash back on stage. That's not safe. Glutonny calling out the early stop rather than the jump out of spin dash. Very well done.
Nice. Yeah, he was aware of how much time he had committed to the startup of spin dash. And punished accordingly.
Ooh, that invincibility is gonna give Ken a kill combo here, and the spring setup gonna negate Gluto's invincibility as well. This is looking very, very good for Ken once more. Ooh, back air.
Back air, the explosion. 16 for it.
Yeah, Ken actually destroyed the bike, and the bike exploded. That hitbox is going to hit Wario as well.
Yes.
Adding a little bit of extra damage right there. Very unfortunate for Glutonny, but well done by Ken. Just immaculate spacing on the back air right there. Look at this. Look at this spin dash usage. He's telling Glutonny, if you want to beat me, you gotta get back on those bites, and then I will play that that mind game with you. Because Glutonny is I think he's discouraged from using bite, because last time he did, he got forward smashed in the nose.
Yep.
So he's gonna be looking for different options to deal with spin dash, and it's just hard for a character like Wario to find those. Ooh, look at that. That spin dash invincibility once again, and Ken is just slowly making this near impossible for Gluto.
Yeah, Gluto just can't find a big hit. He's getting these chip away hits with these forward airs, but nothing substantial to really take the stock.
If you're talking about nickel and diming, that Sonic is the king. That's really not a playstyle that you want to play with Sonic. The nickel and dime strategy is not optimal.
But finally, getting that back air. And now, once again, we see ourselves in a similar situation to the previous game. Full waft on deck, and Glutonny at this deficit.
To be fair, though, the blast zones are a little bit different this time around, and the waft is going to kill a good bit later.
Oh, that's unsafe from Ken.
Ken has been going for these up smashes. I'm not sure if they're misinputs, because I do know Ken plays with smash stick, if I'm correct.
So he's looking for jump cancel C-stick up airs.
I think so, but I'm not 100% on that. It might just be that he's going for calculated risks, but I think it's very uncharacteristic from a player like Ken. On that note, though, it would be the perfect mix-up.
Yes.
Normally you're methodical, and then just out of the blue, the kill move. That's not really punished that hard either.
Although against a character like Wario, in this scenario, it might just be punished hard.
Yeah, it's not. You don't want to play with a scenario like this. You gotta finish your plate.
Again,
oh, that back air was not the best spacing, but he does make it back. A little bit of extra rage as well. He's fully charged on rage and waft right now. And look at this. Ken just trying to bait a reaction with those spin dashes, releasing early, shield canceling. He doesn't seem to. Ooh. Oh,
very, very close.
That was very, very.
Excellent pivot grab. This won't
the
be
mash. The mash. We're still there, and that was what. Ooh. Glutonny.
Oh, no.
Bless your guardian angel, but it's just not enough to make it out of that situation. However, he's still alive. The stock isn't gone yet, and we have seen Glutonny go on a tear. Just deny an entire stock, but not against Ken.
This time, Ken denying the potential for any sort of comeback with that back air. 200% though.
And I think that fart is a sign that Glutonny is starting to lose his cool. It might have just been that Glutonny read, that game-winning turnaround waft, but it looked like a reach.
Yeah, he was expecting Ken to overcommit in an instance where he really had no reason to, and as a result, he lost his prime resource that he needed to really get back into the game quickly. And now suffering at this 0-2 deficit, he's got a lot of work to do.
However, he does feel comfortable with Battlefield, and I can understand. There's a lot more room to land here, and I feel like the platforms do kind of help you push a lead versus Sonic. He does have a lot of issues pressuring those platforms.
Those up airs from Glutonny, just giving Ken a round of applause for the previous 2 rounds, a painful one at that. 62%.
For sure. I mean, we've seen Glutonny up air through cloud down air.
Yes.
he is absolutely a master at hitting that move. Ooh, the back air is not going to be safe, but gets away with it. And Ken, for the first time this set, he is on the back foot here.
What a grab! Oh no! He must have grabbed him out of his jump. Oh no, that is a real stinger for Glutonny right there.
You hate to see that kind of thing happen. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. However, it's not over. We're still in this. Glutonny, I mean, we've said it a few times now because it's been this situation over and over again. But Glutonny does have that comeback factor. And while he does have to work a little bit harder here, try to get that first stock on Battlefield of all places, he does have the fard relatively soon. A few more seconds.
And even in this sort of percent, you know, the fart is a very deadly resource.
Yeah, I really want to see Glutonny use that early for once. But I just feel like he feels a lot more, I think he feels a lot more comfortable trying to get it later in the set. Ooh. And you know, resource management, it's a real thing, man. We don't have supers, but it's still a thing to consider. Even stage control itself is a resource you have to manage constantly.
Definitely.
And look at that, the stage control. That's exactly what we're talking about. Ken, he had little stage control, tried to roll to regain his stage control, and that's where Glutonny finds his punish.
Yes,
and this is a lost stock scenario in this game 3. Definitely doable for Glutonny. Ooh, and once again, just grabbed straight out of it. Ken having none of it. It's one of those things that you were talking about, you know, Ken just not known to get upset. He's so consistent. And that consistency is really showing here. However, as you also mentioned, Wario is a wildcard character. If there's any character that can make that consistency, you know, that can rip through the tiny little shreds, tiny little holes in the consistency that Ken has, it is a wildcard character like Wario.
Yep.
And what kind of setup do you reckon he is looking for here? Because the Nair is probably not going to work against a horizontal character like Sonic.
I think at this moment he's just kind of chipping away until he can really force Ken into a situation where he can scare him with other options, not just the walk. Oh, he was so close.
He actually did see the roll coming, but the hitboxes was barely not there. And if I were Gluto here, I would try to play the long game, try to get the half waft.
Yep.
And I mean, his nickel and diming has been working out. He got a nice bite there. He got some good hitboxes in here and there. That up air is gonna be a good move.
Yeah, these up airs have been doing a lot of work. Good roll in to avoid the pivot grab.
No forward there from Ken. Slight error in judgment right there. And I mean, it's so hard to react to DI there, but it is giving Glutonny that little extra chance that he needs. Let's see how he uses it. That's not gonna kill on Battlefield, and I'm feeling the pivot grab coming.
Oh no, it wasn't strong enough!
It wasn't strong enough, and he
had the second stage waft, which is not strong at all.
Oh, that's not a good scenario for Gluto. And I see Ken looking for that pivot grab already. Look at the movement. That is a lot of pivots. What's happening?
No, not enough. Oh, it is! He DI'd for the forward throw and the up throw, working as the mix-up there, messing up Glutonny's DI, and Ken progressing through with that 3-0.
And I know we've said it before, but Smash 4 is a game of inches. Was he 1% higher, that up air would have been guaranteed, right? That mix-up wouldn't even have existed. So Ken being hyper-aware of the percentages that Wario was in and using the exact correct throw that he needed. Zenji, talk to me, boy.
That was losers finals, and we all know that Glutonny has taken many intercontinental players' names, but sadly for now, Syndicate 2017, we're gonna have to say goodbyes to the Wario. Can I get one more Allez Gluto? But for now, we are going to the final set, or maybe even 2 sets of this tourney. Ken will be facing Beast Coast, Mr. R.
And these 2 players,
you guys are the worst.
Amazing.
They are incredible indeed. One final battle in grand finals.